diagnosing based on the organ approach. The second approach is based on the root of the meridian. Our body is fully covered by one or the other meridian. Every part of the body is covered by one or the other meridian from providing the energy to that respective area. So you think about the root, and because of that purpose I have given you good material to find out the topography of the meridians on the body. Even for a layman person, you have to make yourself familiar with the topography of the meridians on the body. Then only you can use the second approach. If you don't know which meridian is passing through, you cannot select any meridian. So therefore, general understanding of the topography of the meridian is very necessary to become familiar with if you want to use this second approach, which is called meridian based approach. And I explained that sometimes many difficult conditions like migraine, like sciatica, those conditions can be used simply by using the root of the meridian. Simply by using the root of the meridian. Because you know where this disease is expressing itself. So when disease is expressing at a particular area, that means that meridian which is covering that area is responsible for the disease. So second is meridian based approach. First is disease based approach and second is meridian based approach. And then we started about the diagnosis, symptomatic diagnosis. Symptomatic diagnosis. In that also, something is very simple, like disease related to movement disorders. Looks very simple. Disease related to expansion and growth. Looks very simple. Disease related to the secretions of the body. All this looks very simple. Just you have to focus about the first main characteristics of that energy, that element. That means wind is expressed by the movement, heat, expansion, hotness, more expansion like gases, etc., humidity, collection, secretion, like that, dryness, structure. Dryness is what? What is contraction? Our body structure, frame of our body. It is dryness. It requires a contraction or not. If body is only expanding, how our body will be framed? Sometime it will go this side, sometime it will go this side. So who is making this structure? Dryness energy. Because of this contraction force. So body structure, frame of the body is maintained by the dryness energy. So that way we understood one by one all the energies, and depending upon the main manifestation of that energy. That means for wind only you remember one criteria, whether this disease, disorder is connected to somewhat movement or not. Even some people, I told you many examples, somebody shaking legs, somebody unnecessarily shaking legs, somebody even shaking like doing this way. So all this has disorder of what? Movement disorder. So always think movement involved, think about the wind. Disorder of growth and expansion, that means no kind of expansion or more than required expansion. Think about the heat hotness energies. So that way, just think about the catchword. We have discussed the catchword. Wind, catchword is movement. Heat, expansion. Hotness, maximum expansion. Humidity, gathering and collection. Dryness, contraction. Coldness, maximum contraction. These are the catchwords to understand the energies. So try to analyze the energies this way. This is called 6 key symptomatic diagnosis. But apart from that, we learn many simple criteria of the diagnosis. Seasonal diagnosis. Simple or not? Simple. If disease is having a pattern connected with the season, just you know how to treat it. Without thinking about the name of the disease. Whether it is allergic asthma or it is diarrhea or something, any other disorder. But it is connected with some climatic condition. And if disease is aggravating during a season, that means it is excessiveness of that energy of the season. So we divided all this season into 6 energies. Wind is spring, heat is summer, hotness is pre-monsoon, pre-rainy season or maximum summer. Humidity is rainy season, dryness is autumn and coldness is winter. So you can connect accordingly like this. So it is called seasonal diagnosis. Seasonal diagnosis you can apply only when any disease is having a pattern connection with the seasonal condition. Somebody good in Jaipur, but as soon as reaches Mumbai, Chennai or Bangalore, falls uneasy and comfortable. Clear. What is? Because all these areas are humidity areas. I am better here, but I go to Rajasthan and fall sick. Dryness area. So dryness excessive. Here this person is humidity excessive. So by this you have to be very observant. That means you have to open your mind and think in a different manner. Because we have been trained to think in a different way. So now we have to change our thinking pattern. So this is seasonal diagnosis. That means if somebody is getting sick in a particular season, that is excessiveness of that energy. Number one. And if somebody is feeling better in that season, somebody feeling good in winter, very comfortable in winter, he wants or she wants that winter should be longer than any other season. Such a feeling, because in winter quite comfortable. So what is this disease? Deficiency of coolness, not excessiveness, deficiency. Because in the winter, nature is making tonification in the body. So by this tonification is suiting to him or her. So therefore feeling good. So therefore both way we can make diagnosis. Deficiency as well as excessiveness. So apart from organ, apart from meridian, we have one another criteria. We have another criteria that is to be classified according to the season. And also, AHA classification, also I give you pattern. Always, when you are thinking you think whether it is regular, constant, long term or not. It is AHA is what? Coming and going. Sometimes coming, all of a sudden disappearing. Then again appearing. Appearing, disappearing, irregular, unpredictability, and another important is manifestation. How it is manifestation? AHA means yang is always manifested in very strong way. You think about, even for example, I have given all these examples of what is wind, what is AHA wind. Wind is what? Regular blowing breeze. This is always, it is there in the nature. But AHA wind what? All of a sudden storm coming. But what do you think? The storm are staying for a long period of time or straight period of time? Short period of time. Because it is rule of the nature. Yang is not allowed to prevail for a long period of time. It is a rule of the nature. Because yang has great destruction force inside. Great power. Great devastation power. So therefore what happens? If yang is allowed to stay for a long period of time, it can create chaos. Think about tsunami. Only how long? 10-15 minutes or 10 hours? Only few minutes. And in these few minutes what happened? Think about the earthquake. Do you think it continues for 1 hour? Only few minutes and seconds, and great destruction. Great destruction. And think if it is allowed to happen up to 2 hours, what will happen? All destruction. So therefore nature has made the arrangement. Yang is not allowed to prevail for a long period of time. So therefore when you are thinking and AHA, think about this short term or long term. Whether it is continuous or constant or irregular. Or the main important is what is the strength. It is dull or powerful. Powerful means always possibility of yang. So but you have to see the collective picture. Duration, power, and make a picture, make a sense. So therefore, AHA, you can always decide upon the manifestation of the symptoms of the disease. If symptom is staying for a long period, for example seasonal. If during the entire season, person is remaining sick, that means what? During the entire season. For example, during the entire winter, patient is sick. Or AHA. And coming and going, one thing. Another is when only season changing. When only season changing, then only fall sick. That means in the starting of the season. Starting of the season. What is this condition? AHA. This is AHA. And then we will learn another criteria also. Each season we have how many months? 2 months. Like spring, February, March. And then 2 months, 2 months, 2 months. And finally winter is December, January. So first month is controlled by AHA energy. Second month is controlled by energy. So by this classification also you can make a more better analysis of the condition. So this is called seasonal diagnosis. Then we learn another good criteria of the diagnosis. What diagnosis?
Age group.
Age group diagnosis. Very interesting, quite understandable. That means we have main energy role or in a particular role. Every moment, every phase of the life, we have all the 6 energies working together. But in a particular age group, if one energy becomes dominant, because this energy is required at that time more than any other energy in the body to do the main important function during that age. In the childhood, that means 0 to 12, 1 to 12, wind energy is required more. Wind energy is more required. So therefore, any disease, if it is more prone to a particular age group, this becomes the energy of that disease. And we discussed some criteria yesterday that like worms, abdominal worms, or infections, or allergies, all we have discussed. So that means we can decide about the diagnosis of the energy depending upon the age group. See, in the age group of the energy, that energy must be more than normal. In the wind age, wind must be more than any other energy. So this wind will not express by one way. It will express by many ways, because one energy is having multiple roles in the body, like sense organs, like muscular system, like body activity movement, like emotions, like mental brain activity. So they are expressing everywhere. Everywhere, that means expressing physically, expressing emotionally, expressing mentally, expressing behaviorally. So you think about the behavior of a particular age group, how young people behave, how, that means this is heat energy. How children behave, this is which energy? Wind energy. So according to age group also, how old people behave, typical, oldest energy. So if a person is having more of the wind in the system, dominant wind energy, even in old age, how he or she will behave? Like a young person. Even by age becoming old, but by mental frame, by behavior, by thought, by all other gestures, how it will look? Young. And even he will like the company of the youngsters. You will find many old persons. They like the company of the old. Age-wise, they are another group, but they don't like to stay with the old people, because old people providing that same energy. They don't like that energy. So they stay where? With the young people. Why? Because of that energy connection. So even by this age group, I want to tell you once again what Professor Kazu has told. If you want to really become master of treatment by energy system, then you should be very familiar with the energies. How they express, what their role, how their activities. So therefore I have given you a clear idea. Then when you think about what is wind, think about the children. It is wind. You know, can children remain quiet here? Any children in this room, sometimes without thinking any consequences, which energy? Children are thinking whether it is good or bad, they just want what they want. It is wind. So therefore in life also, if somebody is behaving like this is called childish behavior. So what is this childish behavior? That is wind energy. So even in old people, they can have wind energy. It is called dominant energy. Yesterday, whatever example I am giving many times, just to give you an idea how to catch the dominant energy of the person. And I assure you, if you are really have this capability and this system to catch the dominant energy of the person, then you are the winner. Then diagnosis is not difficult for you. Because throughout the lifetime, a person is supposed to suffer from the diseases which is his or her dominant energy. Because dominant energy is causing nuisance. Dominant energy is excessive energy. So therefore, what is the good part? It is not difficult to catch the dominant energy, to recognize the dominant energy. Deficiency, always difficult to recognize. Deficiency, always difficult to recognize. But dominant energy, which is essentially is excessive energy, always expresses itself, because it is the tendency. somebody having something extra, he will express or not express. Even in the society, you see it. Those people who have more money, they are showing off or not by their clothing and everything. You can find it out or not. So if I have a very, for example, this Monte Block and very costly pen, would I put in this pocket or this pocket? This pocket, so that you can see that I am having that. This is dominant energy. Dominant. But deficient what? For example, my trouser is torn out from here. So I will show it or I will hide it. Always keeping hide it. Something. Dominant energy. So therefore, expressive energy, dominant energy always in majority of the cases easily recognizable. But I want to tell you, this energy, because dominant, even in the society, who people make the problem for the common citizens, who are powerful or who are weak. So powerful is excessive or deficiency? In your society, community even, some gunda, some notorious person, is excessive or deficient? So because of this problem, because of this person, others are suffering or not suffering? So what is the cause? Cause is dominant energy. So catch hold of him and put in the prison. All become normal. So catch the dominant energy. This is the dominant energy. That means catch the dominant energy, hit the dominant energy. And then any disease, whatever the name of the disease. I told you only limited chances are there that person is suffering without his dominant energy. What are these chances? Like bacterial viral infections. Number one. What other chances? Accidental injuries or some epidemic or environmental injuries. Otherwise, most of the time, person is prone to the diseases which is his dominant energy, which is his or her dominant energy. At the same time, what happens? Because of this creation, subjugation, anti-subjugation cycle, what starts to happen in the body? One problem because of the dominant energy. For example, if I am a heat person, so what will happen? I will catch fever on and off. First of all, I will have this blisters inside the mouth. All this, I have some tendency for the inflammation. Everywhere in the body, I have tendency for inflammation because heat expressing. So at the one side, I am suffering from the heat condition. At the same time, what will happen? Because of heat, by subjugation, anti-subjugation, dryness and coldness energy become less. So we cannot say less is good. We need every energy in the harmonious balanced matter. So I will suffer one by the excessiveness of heat. At the same time, in the long term, I will also suffer from the deficiency of dryness and definitions of coldness. 3 diseases because of the subjugation, anti-subjugation. So therefore, when person is coming to you for the treatment, and if you see this picture, you will definitely find that cause of the disease is this dominant energy. Yesterday I explained this example of the friends. This is called dominant energy. So when person is giving you a picture of the multiplicity of the disorder, this disorder was because why one disease is causing 3 diseases actually. Self, because of excessiveness, subjugator, subjugated, because of deficiency. So you can find 3 conditions. This is the multiple disease condition in the patient. So when patient comes to you by multiple condition, think about which is the dominant energy, and by some inquiry you can find out the dominant energy. I told you gestures. Gesture I didn't tell you. Body height, or also this activities, body structure also. Body structure, slim and stout and that all, it is called about the knowing about the body energies, which is dominant energy. So by dominant energy, so always try to pay attention, always try to focus to catch the dominant energy of the person. I want to tell you very easy. I can classify everybody's dominant energy because even looking, because of this familiarity. So you try to become familiar, and I told you the easiest way is what? when you are trying to know about the wind, think about the children, how they behave, physical level, mental level, emotional level, all, and what type of diseases they are prone to. This is all wind. Same way heat, hotness, humidity, dryness, coldness. So this is we are trying to make the sense that how we diagnose. So we learned about the age group diagnosis, which is the most essential, because age group also gives the clear idea of the dominant energy of the person throughout the life, which is the dominant energy. So this is called age group criteria. Then we also learned about the body clock, time, daytime criteria also. If a disease or any condition is connected with the time clock, connected to some, that for example in the morning we are energetic, in the evening we become dull. That means which energy is likely to. So according to this body clock we can find, that means in the time clock also, when any disease is appearing in that particular period of time, that is excessive energy. Excessive energy. And if we are feeling better in a particular time, that is deficiency of energy. So this classification also we can apply by the time period. So time diagnosis and age group diagnosis and seasonal diagnosis, organ based diagnosis, meridian based diagnosis, and 6 key symptomatical diagnosis. Those many diagnoses we have learned, but I agreed that it comes by little bit practice and experience. But theoretically I am motivating you how to start thinking.